This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake that fire.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out you.
Now I see what your idea of a free country is. You're free to say anything you want, but if anyone disagrees with you, they're either thrown into jail or called a meathead, right?
That's right, because this is American land that I love.
Wow, man. Hey, listen, to me, that was a scene from one of the most groundbreaking shows in television history.
Absolutely, Sway.
You could start that show today and it still be applicable to everything that's going on in today's society, right? Mm-hmm. That show is timeless. It's a classic. I'm talking about All in the Family, ladies and gentlemen. It's interesting we played that scene because it contains one of the guests that's here today. Man, let me look at. We wrote down some of your accolades, man.
All right, let's hear.
2 Emmy Awards.
Okay.
Nominated for an Oscar.
All right.
Nominated for 9 Golden Globes.
Here we go.
Wow.
Received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
There you go. Nobody put gum on it either.
No, nobody did that. Right next to his dad.
Yeah.
Co-founder of the production company Castle Rock Entertainment.
Yeah.
The Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, Seinfeld. The list goes on and on and on, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Rob Reiner is here.
In the building,
man. And you wrote that scene we just played.
That scene, yeah, oddly enough, that was a scene I wrote. Yes.
Wow,
yeah,
man.
that whole episode, yeah.
So I didn't even know you were like, I just thought you were just acting when I was watching you.
No. I started out as a writer and a director. I wrote for the Smothers Brothers show.
Okay.
You may not be old enough to remember that. That was in the late 60s.
No, I'm not, but
yeah, Steve Martin and I were writing partners on that show.
Wow. But see, I know history.
You do know history.
I studied it. So
you did
I know
study it. So you
okay. I go back to Jack Parr and those guys.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Wow, man. So so you didn't just fall into meathead.
No.
You
I was an MIT.
Okay.
Meathead in training. There we go. Yeah.
You know what's so funny? Speaking from a writer's perspective, if you can, the Jeffersons, what some people don't know, spun off of All in the Family.
Right.
That was the plan ahead of time, or did that develop when?
No, it developed. I mean, the Jeffersons were on All in the Family. You know, they were the next door neighbors. And so that would spun off. And Maude was also one of Archie's relatives, and that spun off.
Good Times,
and
right?
Good Times came off of Maude because Esther Roll played the maid in that, and then she became the mother, and she was the mother in Good Times.
And then B. Arthur was in the Golden Girls.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah. So which a lot of folks may go, oh, that's who Maude is.
Yeah.
Rob Reiner is here with us, man. We had Gary Marshall.
Oh yeah, Gary
came by, and
I used to be married to his sister,
to Penny Laverne.
Yeah.
Wow, your former brother-in-law.
Yeah. Which I did a good 10 years.
It's like a spin-off. There's another spin-off. Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
And he was talking about another show that really, there was shows like Brady Bunch and different shows that I grew up in Oakland, so it wasn't reflective of anything I ever saw.
Right.
But it was kind of like escapism, Yeah. And one of the shows we brought up was Happy Days, and this is what he had to say about that.
Happy Days family, I kind of made up. That wasn't my family. That was a fantasy family. But a lot of kids, people come up and say, I had a miserable childhood, but I used to watch Happy Days and say, maybe there could be something like that someday. So it got people a lot through some tough times.
Did you write on Happy Days?
No. I mean, I actually, with my writing partner, Phil Mishkin, there was an episode of Love American Style, which was a weird show. And those characters came spinning off of, and Phil and I worked on that, and then I think he was on the original pilot. Phil did. Phil worked on
Love American Style.
I can't believe you know this stuff.
I studied television. I literally I studied television.
Man, we should be sampling that stuff. You can make some really good hip hop songs off of some of these.
Absolutely right.
Love American stuff.
Well, you clear that for me? Would you clear that sample?
Oh yeah, you could do. Yeah.
I could do it right.
Yeah. Let's start doing mix.
We can negotiate something.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Now, what brings you here today is your son, right?
Yeah. My son, Nick Reiner, wrote a screenplay based on very loosely based, but taken from his life and his relationship to me. It's not a secret. He went through a very tough time with drugs from from the time he was like 15 to 19. He was in and out of different rehab places, and it's what he went through and his relationship to me and his mother and what we experienced in his life at that point. And the film is really about that.
What kind of things did he reveal? Because it's loosely about his life, not everything specifically.
Yeah, no, it's not a documentary, but I mean, we did take pretty liberally from what we experienced, and he was in and out of many rehab places. And it was an interesting process because it kind of forced us it forced me to really understand what he experienced and when he went through, and it forced him to understand what I had been experiencing, and that's what the film reflects. So it's the most personal thing I've ever done. You know?
Directed it?
I directed it, and he and his partner Matt Alisafin wrote it.
You know, to any parent out there that's experiencing your kid going through homelessness or drug abuse, I got a daughter. I can't even imagine what that would be like.
How old is your daughter?
She's 17, so she's right in that age where he was. She's clean as a whistle.
Yeah, that's good.
But you know, she's going to college, and she's a smart girl, so I'm sure she'll make the right decisions. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
You know, your son made decisions you didn't teach him.
Listen, everybody's had. I mean, everybody I talk to is either got somebody in their family or a friend or a husband, wife, a brother, sister. And so it's something that touches a lot of people. And you look at it now, there's more of it. There's more substance abuse now than ever before.
Yeah.
So to me, it's good to be part of the dialogue to say, hey, you know, don't punish people because they got problems and they're trying to self-medicate.
Yeah.
But let's help them. Let's find ways to help them. And I think it's made its way into the political world now. You see all candidates talking about decriminalizing, drug abuse and so on, and not punishing people and throwing them in jail because they got problems.
Was there something that was revealed to you by your son in this process that you blew your mind?
Yes. I mean, listen, I went to all the meetings with him, the family meetings, the parents and all that stuff, and you hear certain things, but you don't know the depth of where he went. And that's what I found out. I found that, there were times he was on the streets that, I didn't know how bad it was or, the kinds of people that he came in contact with. He told me this morning, I was just on Howard Stern, he told, and I found out something new. There was a guy in a homeless shelter who had 666 tattooed across his forehead,
Nice.
I mean, this is not the highest quality people
to hang out with.
Hang out with.
Wow. Why he was on Stern and he didn't come to our show? What's that about, Rob?
I don't know, man. We got to get him in here.
Yeah, okay, Well, we got you. We got Pops. We got the
right.
creator here. All right, Rob Reiner is here.
Actually, I watched Being Charlie last night, and I thought it was interesting that you picked the song by Albert King, Everybody Wants to Go to Heaven, in the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Because the lyrics say, everybody wants to laugh, nobody wants to cry.
Right.
And the movie has, even though it deals with the serious topic of drug abuse and things like that, there is a light tone to it.
Yes.
And I just wondered if you and your son agreed, like, you know what, let's tell this story about your life, but let's still make it enjoyable and not just so dark, and you know what I mean?
That's so cool that you picked up on that, because first of all, I love Albert King. I love blues. I mean, I'm a major blues lover of all, great guitarists, and Albert King's one of the best, obviously. And I did pick that song for that reason. Exactly what you just said. And to me, if you're going to make a movie that reflects life in any way, it's dark and it's light. It's funny and it's dramatic and it has all these things. So yeah, there are some really dark, tough things in this movie. I mean, really black. As dark and deep as you can get in a going down in that well, and it's dark down there. But it's also funny. And my son tells me about one of the times he was in a rehab place and he's having to clean the bathroom up with a guy, and the guy is telling him about getting head from somebody and getting and scoring some heroin. And my son is saying, I don't get it. Wait a minute. You got the head and the heroin? How does that work? What did this guy get out of this deal, you know? And so that became a very funny scene, but it was a real thing that happened to him.
Wow.
I was also curious, because in the movie, Nick Robinson, who plays Charlie, he says that he's kind of like an aspiring comic. Was your son also trying to get into comedy as well?
Well, he has done stand-up. I mean, he's done a little stand-up, not a lot of it, but that was taken from Matt Elisafan, his writing partner, in one of it was an actual talent show. They had a talent show, and Matt got up there and started doing all these jokes about rehab, and they got mad at him because you're not supposed to talk. You're not supposed to talk about that stuff, and they yanked him off the stage just like in the movie. Yeah.
Rob Reiner has joined us, man. We're going to open up the phone lines. You want to talk to him? It's 888-742-3345. This guy is a legend right here.
Yeah.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Yeah, man.
Oh, they're playing it now.
Oh, man.
It's a great song. Listen to this.
Wow, that's a clip from Being Charlie in theaters this Friday, directed by our guest, Mr. Rob Reiner is here. That voice was actually Common, Oscar Award-winning Common, who's actually in this movie as well.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great, and it's so funny when I called, to see if he would do it. You never know who's. I mean, the guy just won an Oscar and everything. And you never know. And he loved it. He loved the character. He loved being part of it. And we're talking on the phone, and he says to me, I just want to be a part of it. That. And I didn't really hear him. I thought he said putter. But he went, I want to be a part of it. Part of it. He went, part of it.
Yeah.
And I thought he said he just wanted to be a putter, in the thing. And I said, you're more than a putter, man. I said, you're a fairway wood. And he what the heck are you talking about?
He was like, huh?
Yeah.
We got Tommy on the line from Cali. Tommy, what up, man?
Tommy, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sway in the morning. So I am just always so amazed with the awesome guests you get to bring on here, because this man is a comedy legend.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
We get to have the honor of listening to him and his insight. I'm a older white lady right here in California, and I've been watching Heather B since The Real World. I've been watching Sway. He came out. You know what I mean? So it's just awesome to talk to you guys and be able to share, what a great love for Mr. Rob Reiner that this whole.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. He deserves it, man. Yeah. Hey, you know what, Tommy? You're a citizen.
A Sway in the morning.
You just got your citizenship. James from Pennsylvania. What up,
James?
Good morning, Heather B. Good morning, Sway, and good morning, Mr. Reiner. What I just want to say real quick is, once again, it's not often that we hear of somebody of your success and stature that, reflects upon, not that we don't know about celebrities and drug use, but we rarely get a chance to hear the brutal truth about their kids.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that dialogue. And, we as parents, it's a crapshoot. No matter, how you raise the kids. Wow. It's like, putting them on a bike. You got to, hold on and, watch them get it right, and then you got to turn them loose, and some wobble, some fall, and some get it right. And, I appreciate the connection and the sincerity of you being a celebrity and not and just for once in a long time hearing a real dialogue rather than us being a listener and just hearing the glamour.
That's what's up.
That's really cool you talked about that way, because as you're being a parent, that your main job is to keep your kids safe, and so you do whatever you can. I mean, but, sometimes you see your kid running out in the street, you grab him before he gets hit by the truck, but like you say, you don't know. I mean, when they fall into these kinds of things, you don't know as a parent what to do, So like we said in the movie, I put myself at the mercy of, like anybody with a desk and a diploma, the experts. But the truth of the matter is, your kid better than anybody knows the kid. And your kid, whatever he's going through, or she, you're going to have a better chance at trying to figure that out than experts would.
James, thanks for your call. Jose, man.
Hey, Jose.
Jose is in Miami.
Jose.
Go ahead. Hello to Rob Reiner.
Good morning.
What's up, Jose?
What's up, Rob? What's up, Sway?
Hey,
what's
Jose.
up, B, Tracy
Hey.
G, Wonder?
Hey,
what's up, everybody?
What up, brother?
Hey.
Hey,
So, man, I really appreciated, like the last caller said, about how you shed light on this subject, how, you know, it's an ugly truth that not many people are ready to deal with, man. And, you know, I'm not a parent myself. However, I do have peers who I look at as little brothers, man, and they're heavily influenced by the drug culture that's, you know, in our society nowadays. So I just wanted to know how you feel about how hip-hop correlates to the enabling of the drug culture, especially, you know, marijuana and all that. And, you know,
you know something, I would never blame hip hop, rap, video games. I don't care what it is. I don't blame the culture for doing that. I think there's something that's going on with kids that go through a rough time when they're teenagers, and it's just that the drugs are more prevalent now than they ever were. The prescription drugs and the easy access to heroin and meth is what's tough. So you take a kid who's a teenager going through a tough time no matter what. His brain is going through all kinds of changes, and he's trying to establish himself and his identity, and then you mix in the drugs with it, and it makes for a really bad cocktail. And listen, when I was a kid, I was in a child of the 60s, and there was a lot of drugs going on there, and some kids can survive it and others can't. And I had my best friend died, you know, of an overdose. So I know what can happen, and I know how scary it is. But I would never blame the culture, because to me the culture reflects what's going on with people.
Yes. Damn, well put.
Wow.
Rob Reiner, man.
Absolutely. If we had to flip the script on this movie, and instead of it being Charlie, it was being Rob, can you share you climbing out of your lowest moment?
Well, my lowest moment happened right around the time I was 22 years old, the same time, you know, a little bit later than where Charlie is. But I had struggled with, you know, my own issues. I had written for Smothers Brothers when I was 21, and I had done things when I was younger, and I had been through, you know, a lot of, the drugs at the time. There were more psychedelics in those days. It wasn't as much cocaine or heroin. There was a lot of
mushrooms,
LSD and stuff like that. And I was doing a lot of that stuff, trying to figure out what was going on with me. And I, you know, had a father who was a high achiever, and, you know, sometimes it's tough to live up to, you know, your father, and not necessarily if they're even in show business. If a father is doing something, you want to establish yourself, be your own person. And I went into some really bad places, and I had a really hard time, and it took me a little while to start figuring stuff out. But, you know, it could hit anybody, you know, it could hit anybody.
Yeah, I had that same issue with, like, I went on a stint when I was eating Reese's Cups. And then,
you know, you ate too many Reese's Cups?
Too many, Rob, and then, you know, the sugar.
But now you don't look fat or anything.
Nah, I stopped eating them.
You stopped eating them?
Yeah.
All right, so now what do you eat now? What do you eat?
I got juices, man. You want a green juice?
And seaweed chips.
Green juice. He's drinking green juices.
He eats seaweed chips.
Wow. So you're in, like, great shape, Sway, man. Look at that.
There you go, man.
Look at this. Wow.
And he gets seaweed.
And you got the
snacks,
seaweed?
bro.
Wow.
That's for you, Rob Reiner. Go ahead, man. All right.
Well, should I drink this?
Go for it, man. It's good.
Oh,
It's
my God.
made this morning. My lady made it.
Freshly
Oh, my
made.
God.
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
to
good,
try
man.
it.
Try it. I'm telling you.
I hope I don't spit it out.
Nah, man.
Oh my God, that's really not tasty. I'm sure it's really good for you. But boy, where's the sugar? You know,
Rob Reiner, man.
I love you.
All right, thanks.
Absolute honor to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet
All
you.
right, you guys, being Charlie, it's in theaters this Friday, man. Look for this movie. Watch it with your family. Watch it with your friends. If you're going through things, watch it by yourself. Doesn't matter. Just make sure you watch it.
Thank you.
All
man.
right, thank you.
It's Sway in the morning, only
On Shade 45.